Hello, I'm Angie Cooksey. Welcome to this episode of The Next Page. The Next Page is a program that was created and is underwritten by the Wayne County Literacy Coalition. And the mission of the coalition is to promote literacy in all of its forms throughout Wayne County and the surrounding areas. I welcome two guests on our show today, both of whom are going to talk with us about wonderful opportunities that exist across our county for furthering your education and your preparation for the workforce and being able to do so right here in the Richmond community affordably and on your terms. So you'll want to stay with us through the program to hear about these excellent opportunities that we have to visit with you about today. Joining me in the first segment of the program is Deborah Burke. Deborah is administrative assistant and assistant to the director of adult education. And Deb, before the show, I tried to give you a promotion. I hope that I stated your title directly, or correctly rather. Welcome to the Next Page.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Let's begin this segment by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and let our viewers get to know you and talk about what you do for the Richmond Community Adult Education Program.
Okay. My job is so exciting. I'm on the forefront of our program. I take all the phone calls, people that walk in. I get to do job fairs and get the word out, just a little bit of marketing. Done a little bit of radio and now this show, which is really exciting. We get to give people who might not have had a chance to further their education. Maybe they left school early, depending on their life and their circumstances. Now they almost get a second chance. And along with that, we have a lot of programs that we can offer to anyone who already has a high school diploma. They can take our classes for free. We have free classes, which would be in preparation for the GED, which is now called the HSE, High School Equivalency Diploma. It changed about a year ago. They switched the tests a year ago, January. It's pretty much the same as far as the academics structure. And it's just really exciting to see our people come in and they have a little glimmer of hope because they've made that decision to call to further their education, get a better job. And we have free classes for all types of different people. If you have your high school diploma, can take our classes. If you want to go into the military, you can take our classes. If you're already in college, you can take our classes.
That sounds exciting. A couple of things that you said really stood out to me. First of all, I heard free. Was that correct? Did I hear you correctly?
Absolutely. All of our classes are free. And like I said, we have them for so many different reasons. Preparation for the GED. We can get someone ready to take the ASVAB test for the military. If you've taken the Work Keys test out at Work 1, we work very closely with Work 1. We can help them study to get a higher score on that test, which employers look at as being more employable the higher their scores on the Work Keys test. So we do Work Keys remediation. If they want to get into college, we can prep them for the Accuplacer. Just any number of options.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So where are you located, and are you a center that is open during regular business hours, or if I'm a listener out there today and I'm intrigued by this, how would I begin the process and how would I access all of these great services?
All they need to do is give us a call. 973-3486 is our number. We are in the office from 7:30 until 4, Monday through Friday. As far as spring break, fall break, holidays, we follow the Richmond Community School calendar. We are a program of Richmond Community Schools. However, we do have summer classes available.
Ooh, now that's interesting because probably many of our viewers who would be interested in this kind of program are probably already working or involved in at least some kind of responsibilities. Talk about your summer programs.
Absolutely. We have morning and afternoon classes.
Okay.
During the rest of the year, that only covers about 2 months. The rest of the year, we have morning, afternoon, and evening classes.
So even though the center might not be open past 4:30, there
Yes.
are course offerings.
Yes,
Wonderful,
absolutely.
because again, maybe some of our viewers are really intrigued, but they've got responsibilities
Right,
during the day.
right. And a lot of them work. Some of them come in while children are at school. Some of them work all different shifts, so morning, afternoon, and evening classes are offered to meet just about any schedule.
What if I was in school before and it didn't go very well for me? In fact, what if I had been in high school in the Richmond Community School system and I dropped out for some reason, or maybe life just took me away right before I got that diploma? Is where I stopped a factor in jumping back in?
Not at all. It could have been a life situation where you might have went through elementary or middle school. You might have went as far as high school. You might have gotten a certificate of completion from the high school. However, what we do is when all we need to do to enroll someone is take a phone call, name, address, and phone number, and we will schedule them for an orientation. During that orientation process, they will do what's called a TABE test. We'll find out what level they're on. We'll locate that for them, find out where to start them. So it doesn't matter what level. We can start them at whatever level they're on, and we'll just work with them until they're ready to test.
What if I've never been very good at school, Deb? You know, it really wasn't for me in high school. Maybe that was a part of the reason I stopped out. It just, I wasn't intrigued. I wasn't interested. I don't do well in a classroom situation. How is the material that's covered in your programs covered? Is it classes? Will someone work with me individually? Both? What does it look like once I get there and get going in your program?
It's really exciting. We have several different teachers. They all have different teaching styles. It's not the traditional walk into the classroom. The teacher teaches the same subject to all the students at the same time. It's an individual study, so we start you right where you're at. You can build from there. The teacher will circulate around the room. Mostly large tables. You might have one student or a couple of students, 3, 4 students, depends on what they're comfortable with.
Got it.
And they can just progress at their own speed. They can move as quick as they want to or as slow as they need to. It's real individualized.
So it's not like I'm going to show up and there'll be a teacher there checking names off and I won't be called on, or it's not that kind of a class. That's okay. So now materials.
Very inviting.
You talked about working on programs, projects, going through material. Would I have a cash obligation? Would I have to, pay for the materials that I use there?
There's not a cost for anything. All the classes are free, and in fact, the only fee that you would incur would be when you get ready to test. It would be a $90 testing fee. However, we have scholarships that are available. We have several donations that come in at the beginning of the year through some area businesses. It all comes together through Wayne County Foundation. We're glad to say they are a great partnership.
Yes.
They've supported us for years.
Beautiful.
If a student has a financial need, then the teacher, they can share that with the teacher. At the teacher's discretion, they can submit the application for the scholarship for that student.
That is fabulous. Okay, here's the other obstacle sometimes our viewers will face: transportation. Where are you located, and how can I get to you if I don't have a car? Is there another way I can get there?
Well, a couple of different things. We do have bus passes. Once you become one of our students, each day you come into class, we'll give you 2 bus passes, one to get home and one to get back. And so every day you'll have that. We're pretty centrally located. We're at 302 North 7th in the Warner School Building. You can find us upstairs. My office is first door on the right. I'm there 7:30 to 4, Monday through Friday. And we're just a phone call away. And as far as, also we have a second location at Work One. So there are a couple of options.
Does it matter where I jump in at, either of those locations?
Either way, if you come in through Work One, you happen to be one of their clients and the GD is something you're looking for, you can walk straight into class. And Sherry Cox is our teacher out there. She'd be more than happy to get you started. If you are closer to our location, then she'll refer you to come over to see us, and we'll get you started there as well. So either way.
It sounds like what I need to invest would just be my time and my dedication. And what if I get to your place and my reading isn't where it needs to be to conquer the materials that I'm seeing?
For the most part, like I said, we can meet you on just about whatever level you're on. We do sometimes refer to the Literacy Coalition.
Not that I wanted a shameless plug, Deb.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Yes,
and then once you come up to speed, we'll get you back to where we can start with you and get you going from there.
And we love to work with adult learners. And again, like your organization, our tutor, a coordinator, the folks who work with the Morrison Reeves Library, we just have open arms, and we're so excited when anyone comes to us. Just for a minute, we'll remind our viewers, how important is it to forward our education to help us economically make it in these tough times?
We're coming to an age, I think, didn't used to be, but now without the GED, without the high school diploma, there's just not jobs out there. It's just coming down to that. You're going to have something. And you can pretty much get the GED pretty quickly. As quick as you can move through, we can get you tested and get you on your way. As soon as you pass the test, you automatically get 2 free courses to Ivy Tech. With the high school diploma equivalency test now, you can also walk in the front door to IU East. You can go straight to college. You can get a better job, and it's very important. It changes the life of the student, their family, and it changes our community.
It makes dreams come true.
It does. We see, like I said, we see people who have made that decision to call that has maybe had it difficult, had to overcome several obstacles just to make the phone call.
Yes.
And then you see that little glimmer of hope. As they progress through it, you see their confidence build. They get their GED, they go into college, they get a degree, they get a better job. Their life changes, their family life changes. It's so exciting, so exciting.
Just make the call, the cell phone, when you're driving home from the grocery store. Stop in.
Yes.
Either Work One, there on North 7th.
Yes.
Deb, thank you for joining us today and sharing with our community this wonderful opportunity you have to improve their quality of life.
You're very welcome. We are so excited. We were the second largest graduating class in all of Wayne County last year.
That's because we have fantastic people who live here, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Thank you for joining us on The Next Page.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. Hello, and welcome back to this segment of The Next Page. Joining me in this segment is Dana Sinclair, and Dana is the okay, I'm going to get this right, Dana. She is the coordinator of community outreach at the Natco Community Empowerment Center. How did I do?
You did good.
I'm sorry I didn't get your promotion. Is there someone I could talk to about a pay raise?
Sure. My boss would be willing to listen to that anytime you called.
Dana, welcome back to the program. It's so good to have you here. We'll go ahead and let the viewers in on a little secret that I'm pretty sure you were my student a long time ago, many years ago. I was at another university and in a different town, but our friendship still remains really strong.
Yes, it does.
The warning to the viewers out there, be nice to your professors because you just never know where you're going to encounter them again, maybe on the next page, right? Welcome back to the program,
Thank you for having
Dana.
me. I was excited.
Great to have you. Tell our viewers who don't know you already, although I hear you're getting quite a reputation for being on public television. Tell our viewers a little bit about you, what you do at the Natco Community Empowerment Center.
Well, my role as the coordinator is I basically do a lot of outreach, obviously, as the outreach coordinator, but we also work with people in the center. And we do anywhere from financial counseling to connecting to community resources, to job searching and helping with jobs. And then we also have a program called Circles of Whitewater Valley, which is about helping families come out of poverty.
That's so exciting. Now, Natco is at the beginning of the name of where you are and what you are. If I have never been associated with Natco in any way, I don't go to the, I'm not part of the credit union, I didn't work at Natco. Can I come out and participate in your services?
Absolutely. What the Empowerment Center is basically Natco credit union's outreach into the community.
I see.
And it is, all of our services are completely free. Everything that we do. And you do not have to be a member. And I tell people, if you're not from Wayne County and you can get to us, I'm going to help you.
That is beautiful.
Because that's what it's about. This is about people helping people. And that's the credit union philosophy. And that's where we're coming from. If you can get to us or you can tell me how to get to you, I'm going to help you out.
So community empowerment is a really broad concept from where your particular organization is coming. And we call it community empowerment because we empower one person at a time, right?
Yep.
And let's talk a little bit more about this broad spectrum of services that you offer. Now, I heard you mention financial counseling. Can that be something like, I'm over my head and I don't know what to do. Can I come into you as a mess?
Oh, absolutely. And I have to be honest with you, most of our people come in, and yes, we do have some people that come in and they truly are a mess. Most people just give me the idea. If you give me the starting point, I can get from point A to point B. If you just help me set it up, put it in writing for me. That's one of the things that I tell people all the time. If you have a plan here, this is not a plan, this is an idea. Write it down, you now have a plan. Idea, plan. That's the total difference. And so that's kind of where we start with. You can come in budgeting,
okay,
debt consolidation,
okay,
credit building, credit repair,
ooh,
any of those
yes,
kinds of things. You do not have to necessarily, like I said, no, you do not have to be a member of the credit union. We see people from all income levels. It's not necessarily just people in poverty. I had never written a budget before, personal budget, in my entire life.
Yeah,
and I did one in December, because how can I ask people to do that if I don't do it?
Sure, and these aren't necessarily skills that we would have gotten in school, or unless we had purposely taken a class in something like budgeting, personal finance, maybe even. Let me toss this out at you. What if, as a community member, I'm just baffled about what cell phone contract to sign or where to find a major appliance. I don't have a lot of money. Things are breaking down. Can you help me connect to resources, references? Are you a referral place too?
I don't know if I would call us necessarily a referral place, but if somebody comes in and say they just got a brand new apartment, they don't have the money, they have put a down payment on the apartment, they've paid the first month rent, they don't have any furniture, there are resources in our community that we can connect you with, that you can get those items for a truly discounted price or sometimes even free.
That's exciting, and especially if you're new to the Richmond community or the surrounding community. It sounds like the Natco Community Empowerment Center would be a great place to start to get information. Do you have a website? Are you online?
We are online. You can look us up on Facebook, and I can't rattle that off on the top of my head, but they'll run that at the bottom for y'all.
Beautiful.
You can definitely just look up Natco Credit Union and you'll find a link to, if you Google that, you'll find a link to the Empowerment Center.
Fantastic.
We also offer training classes.
Talk about that,
which
Dana.
Is just recent. This is just recent, probably in the last 4 to 6 months. We're just getting ready to do our new cycle. But we have a sewing class for people that, if you can put a button back on a shirt or a pair of pants, then those shirts, that's not gone.
Yeah.
If you can if you have 7-year-olds, and like my 7-year-old went through knees of his jeans, like, you know, if you can patch those, you know, and that's a way to save money. We have a couponing class.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Which is exciting, and Tara is my boss, is the guru of the couponing, and she just loves it and has just been so excited about doing that. So that's fun. And then a budgeting class, and then we also have a savings class. How do you
Talk
save
about
money?
that. Savings is so hard to do, Dana. You know, I month to month, week to week, there's barely anything left. Do you guys have some secrets to how savings might be able to happen even on a tight budget?
I think, well, and most of it is with a tight budget. I think one of the main things when it comes to savings is have a separate savings account if you can at all do it. And if you have direct deposit, if you can get that money pulled out of your savings account prior to ever seeing it, you're going to be a lot better off. Also, people think, if I can't save $50 a month, then what's the use? I don't care. My circle leaders, all of them have a savings goal. They don't all have an income, but they all have a savings goal. I don't care if you save $100 or $2. That's more money than you had.
Of course.
You know, and one of the challenges for those people in poverty is any kind of savings counts as income or asset, which can affect all of the assistance that you receive.
Sure, sure.
So their savings oftentimes looks like a box under a bed, which is a heck of a lot easier to get in the box under the bed than getting your savings account at the credit union.
Even if it's $1, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, right? Even if it's $1 a week, 50 cents a week, a couple dollars a month. This sounds exciting. Now, since we're on the subject of money, I have to ask you the question again. I think I heard free earlier, and is it the case that what you're doing for the community, is it really free, or am I going to get there and have to buy supplies or
It is
pay
completely
fees for
free.
classes?
Nope,
Or
no fees at all. It is completely free.
Oh, that's exciting.
Even like when I do my budgeting, one of the things that I started doing is I have a little, it's about this big, and I save my receipts in it every month. I hand those out when we talk about budgeting so that they have that as well. Everybody gets a calendar when we talk about budgeting, so you can schedule, okay, I have to pay this bill by the 14th. I get paid on the 11th, so out of that 11th check, I need to pay this bill, or I'm going to incur a $30 late fee.
I really love it. You know, you put yourself out there and say, hey, look what I'm doing. And I think that's so encouraging to feel like we're not in this alone. Everybody has a tough time with money.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a tough time budgeting, saying no, putting that money away in savings. And I think it's important that our viewers out there know we are with them. We're living their lives too. We're behind them. Dana, where are you located? How can I get to you?
We are at 1627 East Main Street.
Okay.
It's on the corner of 17th and Main,
Okay.
right there across from the McDonald's with the Play Place. My telephone number is 983-4764, and I always have to think about that, even to this day after a year of being there. But just give me a call, and we can talk about that. Also, again, Google Natco, and you can even sign up for our classes at our website.
Ooh, that's exciting. Now, what if I don't have a car? Are you on a bus
route?
And you may not give bus vouchers, but it's probably not too expensive to get down there to you.
No,
right?
it isn't. And a lot of times you can find places that will help you with bus routes, bus
I love
passes.
that.
Like go to the trustee's office, and they may not give out the bus pass, but you can also, they'll send you in the right direction.
We want to get to some of these classes, there's probably going to be a way.
Absolutely.
Right? That just sounds beautiful. So tell us a little bit about what hours you're open. When are you in operation?
We are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5.
Okay.
We highly suggest people call and make an appointment.
Okay.
Like right now, nobody is in the office. I'm here with you. Tara is in Muncie at a training. So if you just stop by, there's nobody there. But we highly suggest that you call and make an appointment, and we'll help you out with whatever it is that you need.
So if we just stop by and it's dark and there's nobody there, that doesn't mean the Community Empowerment Center isn't doing its job. It's out there empowering the community, one person at a time.
That's right.
And do I have to have completed a high school diploma, have a certain reading level? Are there any prerequisites to coming out and participating in your program?
Not at all.
And now, real quickly, back to the sewing and couponing class. When are those? When do they start? And how long do those go? One more time for our viewers.
We have one a month of each of those classes. We are just now working on our April through September, I think. But there'll be at least one a month. We offer them at various times throughout the day.
Wonderful.
So that, if somebody can do it from 10 to 11, but somebody else can't, then maybe they can do the 2 to 3 the next month, or the 6:30 to 7:30 the next month, that kind of a thing, so that we can get the maximum amount of people for what we're doing.
Dana, you and Tara are changing lives throughout the Richmond community, and I want to thank you again for coming on the show today and for letting the members of our community know about these great opportunities. Natco Community Empowerment Center, right? And regular business hours, we can call you, we can contact you online. This just sounds fantastic. Any other big plans of expansion that the center has for the future? Anything else you see in your crystal ball?
In my crystal ball, no. But I think what I see happening isn't necessarily us expanding, but what I see happening is more people learning about us, so we are getting a broader base of clientele.
Oh, fantastic.
And I think that is exciting to see that. I had a lady that I worked with for 4 months on getting a job, and a month ago, she came in after I hadn't seen her for a few weeks, and she got a job.
Oh, Dana, that's what a great, and that's what it's all about, right? And when you say the relationships are what really are important. Thank you again for joining us today. Can't wait to see what happens at Natco, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm going to take some credit for the great work that you're doing.
You should.
Like teacher, like student,
That's
right?
right.
And the beautiful thing is, 30 years later, we're still doing it.
Yes, we are.
Right.
We're still making a difference.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
And thank you, viewers, for joining us for this episode of The Next Page. I'm going to be putting together another fabulous show for you next month. You'll want to join us. See you then.